Hey, welcome, Addie. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Okay, thank you for joining. I'm Choi Ying. Welcome to Your Expression of Self. I have this amazing, beautiful, special guest here, and I want her to share what she does and how she inspired myself and others. And she is an author, but I want to hear from her. Her name is Addie. Yes, welcome.
Hi. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on your platform. I truly believe your vision and your purpose aligns with mine, and I'm excited to share with your audience all about me.
Well, thank you. I just want to ask, you can interrupt, you can share what it is. And one thing is what caught my eyes was that when I heard you speak and hear, you have a beautiful affirmation, which I love. The I am. Share to everyone how did you come about with it.
Oh, okay. With the I wasn't a person that really truly believed in affirmations. Uh, I am an analytical chemist, and I'm also a pastor's child. And I was going through my own breakdown to build up being a young professional and trying to figure out my spirituality. And through that I wrote basically 365 days of my feelings in a closet with a flashlight and full of emotions of happiness and laughter and sadness and all of them mixed together, which was confusion. And as I wrote, it was a journal. I always tell my readers it was never supposed to be a book, but it was published in 2019. And the book is called Seeding Positivity, A Year to Inspire. It was just a journey of me trying to figure out who I am, what I believe in, what I stand for. And I just thought that if I can be vulnerable with my audience and other people, there's probably a lot of others that are going through what I'm going through. And that's where I really discovered affirmations and mantras. And I am is really two small words, but put together has a powerful statement. And if you can define who you are, then nobody can tell you who you are. You stand in your truth, you stand in what you believe in, and then you stand in a solid ground. That is your root. And so that's why I created my affirmation clothing brand after, which is I am. And I have melanated mantras, attached to it as well. But I am is is a way to take back control of your life. And I truly believe in speaking life, speaking purpose, speaking worth back into yourself, as well as my mission is to spread the word and my brand to do that for other people within the environment. So that's why I truly believe in my affirmation brand. I am.
That's powerful and very empowerment. And the I am affirmations. Of course, I want to know, what is your background, what is your culture like, and did that kind of evolve? What did you learn that I am, or you actually evolve into learning yourself as you grow?
I so my background is I'm first generation. My family is from West Africa, and it is a culture that you definitely respect your elders and you listen to what they have to say. But a lot of your life is tailored to what they want you to be. We always say you're either going to be a doctor, engineer, scientist, anything, anything of that nature. So when you come to the understanding of maybe I want to be in the arts, maybe I want to sing or dance or be something of that nature, that is not likely going to happen. I remember wanting to go to Berklee College of Music and do music composition, and that was not in the forefront. That was not something that was promising. How are you going to make a living off of this? And I do believe that first generation and immigrant parents, they've sacrificed so much for you to come to a country of opportunity that they want that their sacrifices are going to amount to something. So I'm grateful for that, but it did have a negative impact on defining who I was. So I had to go on a self-discovery of figuring out, well, okay, I don't want to be just a title. I don't want to be just a pastor's kid or a scientist or, a sister or brother. I want to define myself as really who am I? What characteristics really resonate with me? What really stands true to my purpose? And so I had to go in and tell myself, now this might sound crazy to people, but looking in the mirror and seeing your reflection and telling yourself who you are, it sounds funny and crazy in the beginning, but after you do it for quite some time, it just feels so empowering, because the words that you speak to yourself is going to stay with you. All those other little thoughts in the community, the voices of your parents or your friends or whoever, those will start to get washed out. Those won't stay true. So you have to be able to speak this into yourself. And I truly believe that there is strength in the tongue of either life or death. And which one are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to speak negativity into your life and say that you're not enough, that you're never going to amount to anything? Or are you going to take that life and say, I am great, I am powerful, I am beautiful, I am intelligent? What is your journey going to look like? Only you can define that journey for yourself.
Wow. As I'm listening, I'm just like straightening my spine, sitting in the meditation posture. I'm gonna get in my power. I really align with your mission, your message, your missions, and the word you share is really what I want other people to hear, and we don't hear enough of that. I have a similar culture where you know everyone wants me to be certain things, how to live in the society, and being conditioned with that, I am not happy with it. I kind of have not necessarily know what I want as a kid, but at the same time, we have this free spirit. We have this beauty and ability to say, if I want to pursue music, I want to pursue art. I want that a little bit of encouragement, but I didn't have those. It's
Right.
and something that's really where that catches, and I want you to explain what is Adromacentric. Is that how all of these affirmations and how you walk through your journey evolved to it?
Oh, wow. Okay. Aromacentric, I gave birth to this. So my first of all, my book was published in 2019, but I wrote this book and sat on it. I think I was done maybe 2015-ish. But I sat on it. I just couldn't let it go and to publish it and have the world look at it. Absolutely not. Um, so I was fearful. How can someone read my thoughts in my head? I can't even imagine that. But so I sat on it for a little bit, and then I started to do affirmations, daily affirmations, meditate. And so Aromacentric came to be, and it's a combination. My name is Addie. I was doing affirmations that spoke to Addie. Everyone needs to do affirmations that speak to who you are, the true person in you. Maybe people don't see it. Maybe people don't acknowledge it because you've been stuck in a bubble, but speak affirmations and purpose into your life that resonates with you. So that's where the ad started. And then aroma, which is like, people think of an atmosphere. I think of a positive atmosphere. I think of a space you want to be in, that you enjoy being in. And then centric is the center, the core. What are your core values? What makes you who you are? And so putting that all together, I was like, well, I've never heard of this, but I'd probably be the first one. Aromacentric, I'm going to give birth to you. But all of those were encompassing portions of my life that made me whole. it made me stand true to who I was, and I wanted to share that atmosphere with other people. Yeah, maybe it's not aromacentric, but maybe it's something else, choice centric. I don't know. But I want everyone to be able to create a space that they feel so comfortable in that they can let down their barrier. They can speak to. Sometimes you have to speak to the child in you, reparent yourself, and um, get rid of those old bad habits. And I fought with myself a long time when it comes back to my spirituality. There's such a huge conflict with affirmations, mantras, meditation, right? Versus, prayer. But I believe that all of that are all the same thing. When you're saying I'm meditating, you're speaking something, or you're thinking about something that is true to you, that you want to happen. I'm gonna, or manifestation. I'm gonna believe wholeheartedly. I receive it. I feel how it would be if I actually obtained it, right? Isn't that prayer? I say I truly believe that this is going to happen. I have faith, which is believing that something's going to happen even if you can't see it, and feeling in that emotion. So a lot of times there's a conflict by the way the word that you use, but it all in entirety means the same thing. Believing in something that's going to happen, trusting that it's going to happen, and then sitting with yourself. People are afraid to sit with themselves. I'm like, wow, is that why we have so many busybodies and busy bees? Because you're afraid to sit with yourself. I think that's hard. And I think that a lot of people don't speak on that. If you can't be still or be with yourself, how are you going to be in a community of other people? You'll be confused. You'll be anxious. So I think that a lot of people just need to do some self work on themselves.
You spoke so much power and so much truth, and really recognizing I'm feeling you really know who you are. And that's an honor to have you on here to share with anyone that's listening to this. And
I don't know
it,
if
it
I know
is.
who I am. I'm still developing. I think figuring out who you are is an everlasting journey. You're not the same person you was yesterday, and you're constantly growing and evolving. So, but I thank you. I'm definitely doing my due diligence to figure out who I am.
And I'm always interested in learning the process, right? Because even me still saying I know who I am, I'm still in the learning process to understand the process. So when you were saying and sharing that when you have all this, the book written with your affirmation, your story, and you were afraid of letting people getting into your thoughts, how do you overcome those challenges? How do you overcome those fear?
Oh, Um, when I first wrote in my journal, I was just saying all these things. They're basically little stories. Stories about the forget me not, because at one time I just felt like I was invisible, that I was forgettable, that people wouldn't see me, or people don't see me. I have stories in here about learning to just love. And people take this as a Christian book because I do have scriptures in there, but I think the scriptures resonate to how to be a good person. And on the back of my book, I basically say, is it more important, or if it's more significant to be a Christian or to be a good person? And I fought with that. I really fought with having someone pick apart my feelings. Nobody wants to, first of all, say their feelings because they feel that they're going to be judged and ridiculed. But then, can you imagine printing it for tons and tons of people to see? But I got over that fear because one day I sat down and said, I feel, I feel lost. I feel confused. I feel like no one truly understands what I'm feeling. I'm alone. And I realized after feeling this for quite some time that I know I can't be the only one who feels lost. I always have this saying, and my family laughs at me all the time. I'm trying to figure out my life. They're like, "What are you doing, Addie?" I'm like, "I'm trying to figure out my life." And the reason I say that is because I'm always trying to figure out my life. And if this book and my thoughts can help someone on their path, whether it's their spirituality, whether it's just giving them a peace of mind, that's what got me over my fear. That's what got me the courage to release my thoughts into a book. It wasn't about me. It was about, what can I do for the greater good of people? How can I, one small step, help others? Because I don't want to live in a community that shapes your mindset or doesn't make you feel comfortable. I want to be the person that makes others feel comfortable in their truth and in their purpose. So that's how I got over that fear. It just took me to get like a little punch to the gut, like, hey, Addie, this is not about you. How can this book impact others?
Wow, and now you inspire me. I need to get my book published, which I
Yeah.
haven't even written anything at all.
Just speak it. Why don't you? The easiest way is just to talk it into existence, speak some words and then have it, take that recording and write it out.
You know, when you once you had your book published, what are some of the feedbacks or coming back from your families and others? How did that actually transformation inspire you more, or is that something that makes you shut down and say, did you regret? What are some of the feelings? Because I think that helps other people understand that it's okay to trust something that we might not feel good enough about our own creations, but once it's out there, now that's when you really going to feel what it's like.
Oh. Um, what I would say is I got positive and negative feedback from this book. I will start with the negative so I can just get that over with. But people were like, this is not really a Christian book. This is not, why did you use this scripture instead of this scripture? Or, you know, people looked at my life and was like, well, you're writing this book and are you living it? And are you, and I had to come to the realization that everyone will always have an opinion on you. Always have an opinion, whether you've done your best that you possibly could, they'll always have an opinion. And I think those naysayers never read the beginning of my book. They just jumped in. I said, this is not a book for me to convert people. This is not a book for me to tell you how to live. This is a book, you read it, you take from what it's just like when people do readings or something. Take from it what resonates with you and leave what doesn't, because every day what may not resonate with you. But I know for a fact there will be one day in this book that resonates with you, and that's all I can ask for. That's the most I can ask for, is that one of these 365 days resonate with you. So I said, okay, that's fine. Everyone's gonna have an opinion. But then there was also this overwhelming um gratitude, this overwhelming peace that came from this book. One was I got to get it out of my system. It's out of my system. But also I had people coming and was like, I've also been fighting with my spirituality. And it's not just a religious thing, but I've just been fighting with, what do I believe in? What am I here for? And I've also had people saying like, I don't like to read. Reading has become not something that a lot of people like to do or enjoy doing. But because it's daily and it's just a snippet, it allows them to get something during their day. So I truly believe that people will take from it whatever they wanted to. And that's all I can ask for. But I do see that I've impacted people. And even if it's just one person, which I know there's more than one, that was my biggest ask. That was all I could honestly ask for, is that it will help to transform, help to change mindsets. And I will forever be grateful that I got the courage to release it. So that's pretty much it.
Wow, in my own words, I want to acknowledge you and recognize you doing the work, and that is the process, right? Releasing, understanding our emotions, not who we are, and we cannot allow others people's opinion to make it and tell us who we are when the person that's looking at your book probably never read it, and they look at it, maybe scan through a few page, and they analyze it themselves, and to me they already analyzing their internal fear, doesn't know how to present it back to you, and instead of enjoying it or give you the gratitude, they completely project something onto you that's saying this is not what this book is about, but it's not for them. And the book itself, I'm actually want to get an autographic book because I'm collecting a library here at my space that allow, hopefully inspire other people to choose a book and look at something and can change their own mindset by watching and learning from others that who can break free from their programming, which is what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I grew up in a very strong faith family, and I appreciate that because it allowed me to be able to have the courage to stand firm on what I believe in. And this book, yes, it has my Christian values in here. It has, things, but it's also a book I want to call that is spiritual, because it allowed me to see what I believe in and what I don't believe in. And anyone who wants to figure out what they truly believe in, I challenge them to write their thoughts out, to write their morals, their values, just their daily thoughts, and then reread it. See if they truly believe in those things, 3, 4 weeks out, 6 months out. That is how you shape your mindset. So I just think that this book is not for everyone, just like everyone is not for everyone. I may not be someone's cup of tea. That's fine. But for whoever it is for, I want them to know that a lot of emotion, a lot of changing of mindset, and a lot of heart went into this book. And hopefully, whoever picks it up in your library or wherever can get something out of it. Whether it's something small or they love the whole entire book, that would be the only thing I can ask, is just open up your mind, open up your horizon. Don't always do the things that are so common to you. There's growth in being uncomfortable. So I just hope that people allow themselves to grow and learn and transition and evolve.
Thank you. Now, I know you also do mindfulness coaching. How can other people find you and have you coach them?
Oh, so I have an IG. I also have a website, a landing page. If you go to Adromacentric _shop, so that's ADROMACENTRIC _shop. I have a link in there where you can subscribe, and I will send you an email to get started on your purpose coaching. And this is for all different walks of life. I have clients that need help in understanding how to commit to one thing, or be accountable, or even I have one who's just trying to get financial freedom and giving them the resources. But there's also a great amount of people who they don't know what their purpose is. They don't know how to define who they are. So I help them through that journey and get a statement of, I am blank and my purpose here on the earth is this. And I just comb through these thoughts. So yeah, just go to, again, my IG, and all my websites, all my contacts are in there. It's Adroma, ADROMACENTRIC _shop. And I'm open to hear from lots of wonderful people. I also have an Etsy shop. that I sell affirmation clothing for my clothing brand, which is also in the link. But everything basically, if you do Adromacentric underscore shop, you will find it. And if you have any questions, I'm always an open book. I'm not perfect. I don't think I know everything. And if I don't know it, my analytical chemistry mindset will say research it, and I will definitely get back to you.
Wow, that's so powerful, and thank you so much. I hate to say this, we are almost running out of time, and for the listeners, and it's going to be on the description, so you don't have to try to remember where to find Addie, and you can find the links, and you can find her mindfulness coaching. You can actually, I really recommend people to find the book because it's powerful. Her affirmation, her story, her journey is to inspire you to be able to come out of your own and do your own, and she's living it. So this is amazing, and I'd love to do this again with you. Thank you so much, Addie, for taking your time to be on here.
No, thank you for allowing me this platform and speaking to your audience and sharing everything. I truly believe in changing your mindset and changing your reality by doing so. So, the first challenge are rethink what you stand for and define it before someone else tells you how to do so.
And I'm looking forward to speak to you again. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.